And finally, for want of a better phrase, these are the Sinners of the Month. And we start with Daredevil number 511, the Shadowlands event. I'm so not interested about this anymore. Yeah, Matt Murdock's been taken over by some demon, they're all trying to fight him, blah blah blah. The worst thing is that we have Black Panther taking over this title very soon. Character I have absolutely no interest in, cannot see how he can be incorporated into Hell's Kitchen environment. I want Matt Murdock back, I want Daredevil back, I want this over. It's a shame to see the next title on this Sinners list, but it is Green Arrow. We have issue 5 here. The problem with this title is it could be great, but it's immersed itself so much in the awful Brightest Day story event arc of this year that it is holding it back. It needs to get rid of that banner at the top, the Brightest Day banner, and show me its true potential, or bye. Oh, Justice Society of America number 44, probably without doubt the worst issue ever in this run. This is what I was talking about in the previous video, if you've seen it, The Best of the Rest, and how my love of the X-Men new title, the number 5 issue, because it was fun, it was fantastical, it wasn't based in the supposed real world. This is just insulting to the reader. We have this bashing on the head about terrorism. It's just completely insulting to my intelligence. Why that is part of this storyline, I have no idea, but it was pointless. Their attitudes towards this superpowered villain that is tearing up their city was just abysmal. It was so bad writing that I just couldn't believe what I was reading. Seriously, this needs to be wiped from my memory, but unfortunately it can't be. The artwork as well by Collins, horrendous. This kind of painted artwork type stuff, it works well in other titles, but when you're talking about superheroes in a mainstream title, which is meant to be one of its many flagships at DC, it doesn't work. It looks awful. This is a terrible issue. If you've already picked it up, my commiserations. If you haven't, just don't. I feel really bad about putting the next issue on my Sinners list because it doesn't necessarily deserve to be there, but because of the quality of the last video's issues, this unfortunately has dropped down a peg or two, and it's not really the title's fault. It's a gap, a bridge between the last story arc and the upcoming one, and that is it's Zatanna, issue number 7. This is a one-issue concealed storyline which has Zatanna acting like some sort of freelance magical artifact expert. She's helping this woman create this museum of magical artifacts, and already, you know, you've got alarm bells ringing. What, a whole museum full of magical artifacts all in one place? Isn't this a really bad idea, even on your best day? And I suppose ultimately, because what we find out is it's Uncle Sargon. He he brings himself together with lots of other pieces of magical artifacts and creates some sort of like, I guess it's the Invisible Man, but with magical artifacts all over himself, and goes out to fight crime in the only way he knows how, and it's quite a few bizarre and extreme ways of dealing with a drug addict and in his supplier and a mugger before Zatanna finally catches up with him. And you know, you have that family moment with Daddy again. It's a bit forced. It was a bit flagged earlier on when they were showing him the glasses. The artwork, it's passable, but I suppose with one issue, what can you really do? You could have tried harder. I know this will get better. It won't be on my sinners list again, I wouldn't have thought. Anyway. One that definitely needs to be on the list, Justice League of America. We're not doing very well with the Justice of Americas at the moment, but this, I don't know what to say. There's a gaping plot hole in this title. And correct me if I'm wrong, maybe I've just read it wrong, I don't know. But we start off with all the big heavy hitters in the DCV universe trying to smash down this green dome, but not having any success. And people are blaming Lex Luthor, you know, this is alien technology, magic won't get through, physical force won't get through. What is this green dome? So it flips back a few hours and we have obviously still the big fight between the alternative universe like Owlman and Ultraman and the opposite of whatever Wonder Woman was. And while all this fight's going around, we have this new villain suddenly turned up, this Omega Man, and he's sucking souls here, there and everywhere, and everyone's still so self-absorbed in their own petty little fights that he's just picking them all off. And then Jade comes into the equation, and to save the world she makes a green dome that covers and encapsulates this city. And that's my problem. The people outside don't seem to be, I mean, Alan Scott's outside and he doesn't pick up that this is, you know, this is Starheart energy, isn't it? This is green, his green thing. And they don't pick up on that, except at the end Superman does seem to realise this, because he talks about Jade not realising the power within her, how strong and how important it is. And it just doesn't seem to fit with the beginning of the story. Am I wrong? Have I read this completely wrong? It's awful. Another disappointment, but I am getting so tired. Green Lantern number 59. Does Geoff Johns really know where this is going? It's very talky. Flash jumps in, has a go at Hal Jordan. It's all very depressing. We learn a bit more about the Indigo tribe and their compassionate side when they're not, by the looks of it, being really compassionate. They're being forced to be compassionate. Hence Black Hand and his true nature. Is he really want to be absolved of his sins, or is it this ring and the power it exerts over him that's making him like this? Probably the latter. And then suddenly the Flash gets possessed by, is it Parallax, and he becomes Evil Flash. Oh, I'm so bored of it. Please finish it. This seems like it's been going on for years, and it probably has. It's wearing, it's not going anywhere. Geoff Johns, please wrap it all up, start something new. That's it, folks. That was it for a week. I promise to make these videos a bit more regular. As you know from the introduction video, life shit happens. Peace out.